Welcome to UD Baseball here in Tucson, Arizona. Sunny day out here. It's about 59 degrees with about 5 to 7 mile an hour winds. The Spartans will be the home team again for today's contest. We'll be back in a little bit after lineup cards are exchanged by both teams, so stay tuned. And we're back as the coaches are exchanging lineup cards at home plate. Big shout out to Izzy Cleary for listening to yesterday's game. As we will start off today by looking at the starting lineup for the Spartans. We'll have Jack Laswell leading it off. J.J. Valencia in right field. Kellen Mitchell is in the DH slot tonight after playing first base yesterday. Justin Jensen will get the start in center. Thomas Kempf in the 5-hole. Dalton Kvenvold behind the dish. Jared Clevenger in left field. Jordan Goldstein, the freshman, at third base. And in the 9-hole, Zachary McCoy. And the starting pitcher for tonight is Nick Surek, number 16, the right-handed senior from Montgomery, Illinois. Strong outing against Washington University last weekend. So far this year, he's pitched five and 2/3 innings, giving up 9 hits, 4 strikeouts, no walks. So let's see how he can do today as the Spartans take the field. And the starting lineup for the visiting Wesleyan team. Batting first is going to be Capitelli. In the 2-hole is Alonzo. Then we have Koff, Early, Rose, Valicenti, cornering Fulkerson and Keith to round out the lineup. And we'll be back very shortly with first pitch from Nick Surek. And we're back here at Keno Sports Complex in Tucson, Arizona, as Nick Surek, the starting pitcher tonight for the Spartans, finishes up his warm-up tosses, and Kvenvold throws down to second. And in steps number 25 for Wesleyan, Alex Capitelli, the outfielder, junior from North Caldwell, New Jersey. And the first pitch of today's game from Surek is taken high and in for a ball 1. Beautiful day out here, a little bit chilly, but not as bad as last night's game. And that one swung on and lined down the line, but fouling out of play. It's 58 degrees and sunny here in Tucson. About a 5 to 7 mile an hour wind. Actually, take that back. It's 11 mile an hour wind. Still not that bad for a sunny day here in Tucson. And the 1-1 from Surek. Curveball for a strike. As Surek's ahead. No sleeves for Surek, as a lot of these Spartans. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled to the left, out of play. Busy day here at Keno as all 4 fields are being used. And the 1-2. Hits the leadoff batter, Capitelli. To start the game. And that'll bring in the 2-hole hitter, Alonso. From Haddam, Connecticut. A 6'1" junior. And that fastball is taken for a strike. Spartans are wearing the white pants with the black tops and white hats. And Wesleyan's wearing white pants with black tops as well. And Surik picks over. And the runner, Capitelli, just gets back in. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled to the left. Surik's ahead of Alonso, 0-2. As Surik picks over again. Alonso is 2 for 3 in yesterday's game with 2 RBIs, including a home run to left center in the 7th inning. And the pitch from Surik is a curveball in the dirt. Sending the count to 1-2. And the pitch. Fastball just missed the bottom outside corner. And that'll send the count to 2-2. Righty on righty matchup here as Surik works from the stretch. And the pitch. Curveball popped up. Surik calls for it, but then Kempf does, the first baseman, and he has a beat on it for out number 1. Just to the right of the mound, and Kempf makes the easy catch for out number 1. That'll bring in Andrew Koff. As Surik deals him strike 1. From Bonton Township, New Jersey, is Koff. And the 0-1. Curveball in the dirt. Great block by the catcher, Kvenvold. As the count runs to 1-1. And the pitch. Fastball taken down and away. And the offering. Swung on, just foul down the third base line. That'll even up the count at 2-2. Going from left to right, we have Clevenger, Jensen, and Valencia, third to first. We'll have Goldstein, McCoy, Laswell, and Kempf. And the pitch. Swung on and hit to left field. Clevenger's got a beat on it, battling the sun, but he's got it for out number 2. As in steps the 4-hole hitter, Ryan Early, the senior from Hanover, Massachusetts. He came in as a pinch hitter in yesterday's game and drew a walk. And the first pitch is down and away to him. Righty on lefty matchup here. 2 gone. Runner on first is Capitelli. That one swung on and hit to deep right field. Valencia on the way back. Can't make the grab. And the runner's going to try home. The throw from Laswell's not in time. And Wesleyan takes a 1-0 lead to start the game. Just got over the head of J.J. Valencia out in right field as he had to travel towards the gap to get that one. Couldn't make the play. So that'll be an RBI double for Early. And that'll in steps Danny Rose. As that first pitch is a curveball outside. For ball 1. And the next pitch is fouled back. Rose was 1 for 3 yesterday with 2 walks and an RBI single. And the pitch. Swung on, fouled back to the screen. As we have a 1-2 count on the hitter Rose. And the 1-2 from Zurich. Taken up high on the fastball. Counts even at 2-2 with 2 outs, and the runner on second is Early. That one swung on and hit to the second baseman. Laswell gets under his glove. And that'll make the score 2-0 Wesleyan as the runner Early comes around from second. As in steps Valicenti. That curveball drops in there for strike 1. Nick Valicenti, the catcher from Braintree, Massachusetts. And the pitch. Swung on, hit to left field. Clevenger can't make the grab as that one goes to the wall. He's got to hurry to get that one in. The runner's going to try and go home. But no throw. And that'll make it 3-0 after the RBI double from Valicenti. As head coach Paul Wachowski heads out to the mound. Spartans are riding a 4-game win streak right now after beating St. Thomas 4-3 in extra innings. And then taking 2 from Bethany Lutheran and then winning last night's game against this Wesleyan team 13-7. And the next hitter is going to be Johnny Corning, the junior from Land O'Lakes, Florida. And he steps in for the 0-0 from Zurich. That fastball is hit to the right side and foul. Corning, the 7-hole hitter for this Wesleyan lineup tonight. That one runs in. Almost hits Corning. Running the count to 1-1. That one's a fastball outside for a 2-1 count. Outfield's playing this batter straight up. And the 2-1 from Zurich. Curveball hit out of play over the top of the Spartan dugout. Still 2 outs here. That one swung on and popped up. Might be enough room for Mitchell. But out of play. Sorry, that was the first baseman, Kempf. But we'll stay at 2-2. And Zurich from the stretch. As he steps off. Zurich looks to get some signs from the second baseman, Laswell, as he steps back onto the rubber. And the pitch. Curveball popped up. And the third baseman, Goldstein, makes the catch for out number 3. Wesleyan gets 3 early runs here in the top of the first as the Spartans come to bat. And we're back as the Spartans are about to come up to bat in the bottom of the first with Laswell, Valencia, and Mitchell to start off the offense here for the Spartans. And they'll face the right-handed senior from White House Station, New Jersey. And that of Pat Clare, number 24. About a sidearm slot. As he just finishes up his warm-up tosses. And in steps Laswell. Laswell from Crystal Lake, who was 2 for 4 in yesterday's big win with 2 runs scored. Starting to find his stroke at the plate. And the first pitch from Clare. Laswell shows bunt, and it'll hit the inside corner for strike 1. And the second pitch will be a 2-seam fastball. Catching the corner to Laswell. And the 0-2. Swung on by Laswell, hitting to center field. Center fielder's going back, but he's got a beat on it, and he has it for out number 1. As we look at today's keys to success in a Spartan win, get on the board early. As we saw in the first inning, Wesleyan got on the board early, so Spartans need a few runs across in this first inning. Keep them back in this game. Second key is to get a strong start on the mound. Hopefully Surek can settle back in and get a few more innings out of him. As the first pitch to the hitter Valencia is outside for ball 1 on the slider. And that one swung on and missed by Valencia. JJ is his nickname. First name's Isolino from Marysville, Washington. And the 1-1 swung on. Chopper up the middle to the shortstop. And thrown on over to first for out number 2. 2 quick outs here. We'll send Kellen Mitchell to the dish. This is not an arm slot that the Spartans have seen so far this year. So let's see if they can solve it rather quickly. That one swung on and hit to left field from Mitchell, and that one's going to get down just in front of the left fielder for a 1-out single. In center fielder Justin Jensen. As the pick over from Clare. Jensen was 1 for 4 yesterday with 2 RBIs. Now slider is taken for strike 1 to Jensen. And the 0-1. Slider just misses the inside corner. Bringing the count even. Or Shaden Jensen to right center. Swung on and hit to the second baseman. And they're going to get Jensen 4-3 on the put out. Spartans strand 1 as we head to the top of the second. And Surik finishes up his warm-up tosses here to start the top of the second. So he'll have to face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for this Wesleyan lineup here in the second inning. And Fulkerson, Keith, and Capitelli. And the first pitch to Fulkerson hits the outside corner. Tanner Fulkerson from Longmont, Colorado, the junior. And Surik with a great curveball there. He's ahead in the count, 0-2. And the pitch. And Surik gets him looking. First strikeout of the game for Nick Surik. As in steps the senior outfielder, Andrew Keith from Millersville, Maryland. Swung on and hit up the middle, and Laswell can't make the play. And that'll be a one-out single for Keith. In steps Capitelli, who was hit by the pitch to start this game. Spartans could use a double play ball right here to get back up to bat. That one swung on and hit foul just past the third base bag. Earlier in the day, conference foe Luther lost 13-9 to Bethesda College. And the pitch for Surik is lined into left field. Another one-out single. And Wesleyan's threatened again. And steps Alonzo. Big game yesterday for him. And the first pitch to him is a curveball, taken low for ball one. And another curveball taken outside in the dirt for ball two on Alonzo. Spartans turned 3 double plays yesterday from the guys in the middle, McCoy and Laswell. That one swung on, and McCoy dives, can't make the play. He'll go to the left fielder, Clevenger, and the runner's going to try and go home, and he'll make it. And it'll be 4-0 Wesleyan. Still one out here in the top of the second. As the catcher Kvenvold goes out to talk to Surik. As the new pitcher for the Spartans is number 7, Ed Rosas, the native of Rancho Palos Verde, California, the freshman. And that first pitch is outside for ball 1 to Koff. And the 1-0 swung on and hit off McCoy's glove into center field. And that'll score 1. As Capitelli scores from second base, making it a 5-0 game. Still only 1 out here in the inning. And the first pitch to Early is a ball up and in from Rosas. And the 1-0, and the runner's on the move. And he's going to make it there easily to second. For the stolen base, he'll have runners on second and third now. With 1 down here in the top of the second as Wesleyan leads 5-0. That one will hit the inside corner for strike 1. The outfielders are playing pretty deep here with a little bit of wind. And the pitch swung on and hit into right center. That one's going to get down all the way to the wall as Jensen picks it up. And that'll be a 2 RBI double from Early to extend the lead to 7-0. That'll bring up Danny Rose. And the pitch. Slider outside. That one doesn't catch the inside corner. So we're at 2-0 to the hitter Rose. And that one swung on by Rose for a strike. Swung on and hit in his left center, or in the left. That'll score 1. Actually, it won't score 1 as the runner stays at third. And we'll have runners on the corners with 1 down. And in steps Valicenti. as Kvenvold steps out in front of the plate to give some signs to the infielders. 4 runs scored so far this inning for Wesleyan. And the pitch. Curveball in the dirt as a runner makes his way to second. As Kvenvold couldn't find that one as it got away from him a little bit. And we'll have runners on second and third with 1 out here. That one's a slider in the dirt. Taken for ball 1. And the pitch. It's taken low. 3-0 count now to Valicenti. That one's high, and Valicenti will have a walk to load the bases. And in steps Corning. Bases loaded. 1 out. Spartans are in double play depth up the middle. That one swung on and hit off the batter Corning. As the hitter Corning walks it off. Not really sure where it hit him. As he looks like he shakes it off and he's ready to go. We'll have an 0-1 count to Corning. From Ed Rosas, a freshman from California. That one catches the outside corner for strike 2. Bases are loaded of Wesleyan runners right now with 1 out. That one runs up and in on the batter for ball 1. That one's swung on and missed. That'll be the first collegiate strikeout for Ed Rosas. As there's 2 down here. That'll bring up the catcher, or not the catcher. Outfielder Tanner Fulkerson with 2 out, bases loaded. That one's taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Wesleyan's batted around in this inning. Fulkerson started off the inning as he looked through strike 3 from Nick Surik as Rosas replaced him. That one swung on and almost caught by Rosas, but it goes into center field. And that'll score 2 as the throw goes into third. And Fulkerson will end up at second after the 2 RBI single, making the score 9-0. With 2 outs here on the top of the second. So that one gets back to the screen on a wild pitch from Rosas, and that'll make it 10-0. Here early on. As that one's fouled off. That one swung on and hit to the second baseman Laswell. He bobbles a little bit, but throws on to first for out number 3. Wesleyan puts up 7 that inning. And the Spartans will be coming up to bat in the bottom of the second. And we're back here in inning 2. As the Spartans will send Kemp, Kvenvold, and Clevenger to the plate. Kemp had a big game yesterday, as he takes that one for strike 1. That one swung on by Kemp on the outside corner. Oh, 2 count to the lefty. That one swung on high for strike 3. And that'll be 1 quick out for the Spartans to start the bottom of the second. And in steps the catcher, Kvenvold. And the first pitch to him is a 2-seam fastball taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Kvenvold from Salt Lake City, Utah. As he swings through that one on a foul tip. And that'll run the count to 0-2. That one swung on and chopped to the shortstop. Tough play. But the third baseman will step in front of the shortstop and make the play on the first for the 5-3 putout, and that'll be 2 quick outs here for Dubuque. In steps Jared Clevenger. As he takes ball 1. And he'll take strike 1 on the outside corner as we go even at 1-1. That one misses the outside corner as Clevenger check swung, but held up. And the pitch from Clare. Swung through on Clevenger as he loses his bat. And we'll go to 2-2. That one is looked at for strike 3 from Clevenger. And the Spartans go quietly here in the second as Wesleyan will be coming to bat in the top of the third. And Ed Rosas steps back on the mound for his second inning of work. As the leadoff man Capitelli takes strike 1. And a good slider from Rosas. That sends Capitelli in the hole, 0-2. That slider's popped up. And it looks as if Valencia has it, and he does. That'll be a fly out to the right fielder for out number 1. And in steps the 2-hole hitter Alonzo. Had an RBI single his last at bat. As Rosas drops in another slider on the outside corner for strike 1. And another one on the outside corner for strike 2. And the 0-2. Fastball in the dirt from Rosas. Rosas going with no sleeves on the mound today, as he steps on the rubber for the 1-2 to Alonzo. That one's up and in. Running the count even to 2-2. We'll have one out here in this inning. And the pitch. Taken for strike 3. And that'll be the second strikeout of the day for Ed Rosas. 2 gone here in the third. In steps Scott Shield as he pops it up, fouls it back, and that hits the roof here on the observation deck. And Rosas is ahead. And he drops in that curveball. First strike 2. And that one swung on and fouled to the left by the Spartan dugout. Rosas has only thrown 11 pitches this inning, as he delivers the 0-2 again. That one swung through on a drop third strike. Kvenvold tosses over to first baseman Kemp for out number 3. So 12 pitches for this inning for Ed Rosas. And that'll send the Spartans to the bottom of the third, still down 10-0. And we're back here on the bottom of the third, as we'll have Goldstein, McCoy, and Laswell to start it off. Spartan offense needs to get going if there's hopes of making a comeback in this game. Goldstein had a big game yesterday, 3 for 5 at the dish. From Huntley, Illinois. As he swings through strike 1 from Clare. On the season, currently, he is tops on the team, batting .529 with 9 hits and 17 at bats. As he swung on and hit right to the first baseman on a soft line out for out number 1. In steps the shortstop, McCoy. To face the righty Clare. That's swung on and tapped to the third baseman, but foul. And the upcoming schedule for the Spartans, they will face Concordia, Wisconsin tomorrow at 9 a.m. local time. And then next weekend will be the start of conference play, as they'll take on Wartburg in Waverly, Iowa. So you don't want to miss those games. And that one swung on by McCoy for strike 2. 0-2 count. And the pitch. Swung on and hit in the gap. And that'll be a single from McCoy. McCoy hoping to get in this offense started as in steps Jack Laswell. 2 for 4 in yesterday's game. Flew out to center field to start this one, as they shade him to left center. And Laswell shows bunt, pulls back, and the umpire says it's still a strike. Laswell wearing number 5. Spartans have their blue undershirts on underneath their black uniforms. That one's taken outside. Laswell went to Prairie Ridge High School. That one swung on and fouled to the left out of play. One, 2 count to Laswell, 1 out. And the runner on first is McCoy. And the 1-2. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. So we'll do the 1-2 again. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled back again. Good fight here from Laswell. And the 1-2 count from Claire. Swung on and hit to the second baseman. McCoy's out at second. And Laswell's out at first for the double play. Quick inning from Wesleyan as Dubuque strands no one. And we'll head to the top of the 4th. Wesleyan still leads. As Ed Rosas finishes warm-up tosses, as he'll go out there for his 3rd inning of work. In steps the batter early. Stick around after this half inning as we'll talk about some other UD athletics. As that one swung on and hit over to the first baseman, Kempf, and he takes to the bag himself for out number 1. 3 unassisted put out to start the inning. In steps Danny Rose. That one's taken in the dirt outside for ball one. And that curveball is taken high for ball two. And that one swung on and hit high and deep to left field. Clevenger back at the fence. And that one's gone. Home run from Danny Rose. Makes this an 11-0 lead for Wesleyan. With one out here in the fourth. And that slider is taken for ball one. That pitch was swung on and check swung. And he didn't go. So that'll be a 2-0 count to Valicenti. And the pitch from Rosas. Curveball strike. That's a fastball that's going to get foul past the third base bag, evening the count at 2-2. One out, no runners on here for Rosas. The freshman from California. And the 2-2. That one's in the dirt. Moving the count to 3-2. And the payoff pitch. Curveball taken outside. That'll be the second walk for Valicenti. In steps Corning. He's popped out to the third baseman and struck out swinging his last time up. That one's taken low for a ball one. Runner on first is Valicenti. And the pitch from Rosas. Bunted. Goldstein makes the barehanded try. And he gets him. Great play by Jordan Goldstein on the barehanded pickup. And he's able to get the runner at first for out number 2. Two outs here in the fourth. Runner at second. And the batter is Fulkerson. That one's in the dirt, and it's going to get back to the screen. Another wild pitch for the pitcher, Rosas. Runner on third now, 2 outs. That curveball gets away from the catcher. And that's going to score Valicenti on another wild pitch. And that pushes the lead to 12-0. Check swung onto the second baseman Laswell. High And the runner is going to reach on the throwing error from Laswell. So that'll extend the inning to the batter, Keith. And the runner's going with the pitch. And he slides in there safely for a stolen base. Runner on second. That one's also taken low. 2-0 count to Keith. As Rosa steps back on the rubber. And from the stretch. That one's a curveball in the dirt, blocked by Kavenvold. 3-0 count. Two outs, runner on first and second. As Rosas picks to second. The batter's Capitelli. And the pitch from Rosas. It's a ball outside. That one swung on and lined out to Laswell for the third out. Wesleyan adds two more and leads 12-0. UD softball has been doing very well on their trip down in Kissimmee and Claremont, as they are 4-1 on their trip. First game against Gordon, they won 4-1. Brandy Harity, the senior, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Along with the winning pitcher, Lexi Schmidt, going 7 innings, allowing 4 hits and 1 earned run. Next game was against Utica, where Caitlin Featheringill went 3 for 3 with 2 runs, 5 RBIs, had a 2 RBI double and a 3-run home run. Along with Abby McBee, the freshman, going 7 innings, 3 earned runs, 4 Ks, and picking up the win 9-3. And they also beat Lakeland 4-0. Kylie Biederman went 2 for 4 with an RBI, along with Deanna Origer, both 2 for 4 with an RBI. They have 5 games left on their trip as they beat LaSalle College today 7-1. And in that game against Lakeland, Lexi Schmidt went 7 innings of 1 hit ball with 7 strikeouts. So they're at least 5-4, awaiting the results of their game against Marywood University. As in steps the 2-hole hitter for the Spartans, JJ Valencia. As he takes that one low and outside for ball 1. And that one's also outside for ball 2. Valencia went 2 for 5 in yesterday's game. That one hits the top of the zone. First strike one. Count runs to 2-1 on Valencia. That one swung on and chopped to the shortstop as he throws on to first for out number 1. 1 out, and the batter is Kellen Mitchell. He singled back in the first inning, but was left stranded. The sophomore from Batavia, Illinois. And that one's taken for a strike on the inside corner. And the 0-1. Taken outside on the lefty, Kellen Mitchell. Wears number 13, DH in today's game. Him and Kemp have split time as a designated hitter and first baseman down here in Tucson. And the pitch is swung on and bounced off the first baseman's glove. And he throws away the ball. And Mitchell will be on first with a 1-out error by the first baseman. That'll bring in Justin Jensen with 1 out. Jensen grounded out to the second baseman last time up. That one's check swung. And he did not go, says the umpire in the field. And that slider's taken for strike 1. That one swung on and fouled off the batter. 1-2, 1 out. The runner on first is Kellen Mitchell. UD looking to scratch off at least 1 run this inning. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. And we'll do the 1-2 count to Jensen again. That one swung on by Jensen. And that'll be strike 3 on a 2-seam fastball running in on him. And in steps the first baseman, Thomas Kemp. That's swung on and hit down the line. And it's going to be fair. Mitchell on his way to third. And he'll head home as Kemp delivers with a 2-out RBI double to get the Spartans on the board. That'll in steps Dalton Kvenvold, hoping to continue the inning here with 2 outs. As Mitchell scores all the way from first. And that's a strike. to Kvenvold. That one's taken just outside for ball one, even in the count at 1-1. The runner is Kempf on second for Kvenvold. Kempf gets a big lead off second. That's swung on and chopped over the third baseman's head. Kemp's on his way home, and he's going to get there. RBI single by Dalton Kvenvold. And the Spartans have brought another run across, making the score 12-2. Two out RBIs here. And the Spartans are starting the comeback. In steps Jared Clevenger, the Tallahassee native. That one's taken low. And Kvenvold is going to get to second on the delayed steal. A single from Clevenger here. And that'll be a 2-0 count to start off Clevenger. And that'll be a strike right down the middle as Clevenger was taken all the way. Still 2 outs here in the inning for the Spartans. Two out RBIs. One for Kempf and one for Kvenvold. And the 2-1. Taken on the inside corner by Clevenger. Running the count even to 2-2. Meyer on deck. That one swung on, chopped. Clevenger could beat this one out. And he doesn't. And that'll strand a runner. But the Spartans cutting the lead a little bit, making the score 12-2 after 4. And we're back as the new pitcher for the Spartans is Arizona native Estevan Guillen, his first appearance this year as a freshman. As Rosas' day is over. And also coming in to play third is the sophomore Ian Meyer. Guillen's going to have to come in and face Alonzo, Shield, and Early heart of this Wesleyan lineup. Alonzo's got a RBI single today in that big second inning. And the first pitch from Guillen is a strike. And that's another strike swung through from Alonzo. Guillen from Queen Creek, Arizona. The lefty, number 8. And he delivers the 0-2. Just missed the outside corner. Running the count to 1-2. And the 1-2. That one's in the dirt. Evening the count at 2-2. And that one's also in the dirt. Running the count full. That one swung on and fouled back to the screen from Alonzo. Spartans scratched across 2 runs in the last half inning on 2 out hits. And that's a strikeout on the inside corner. Looking goes Alonzo, and that's the first strikeout. First strikeout in the career for Esteval Guillen. And that's 1 down. And he starts off Shield with a strike. Shield pitched in yesterday's game. And that one's a curveball. Taken on the inside corner for ball 1. And Guillen is ahead 1-2 on the 2-seam fastball. Hitting the outside corner to Shield. And the 1-2. That one runs inside and almost hits the batter. Guillen's looked good so far in these first 2 hitters. That one swung on. Hit to the first baseman, Kemp, and he takes it himself for the 3 unassisted putout. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Dubuque in the next half inning. Meyer, McCoy, and Laswell. As the 4-hole hitter early steps in. He's 2 for 3 on the day with 3 RBIs. And that's a ball in the dirt for ball 1. Gann with no sleeves tonight. And the 1-0. Taken on the inside corner for ball 2. That one hits the outside corner as Kvenvold brings it back a bit and gets the strike call. 2-1 count onto the hitter early. That one swung on. Softly hit. Clevenger on his way in, but it's going to fall. And Early's going to be on with a 2-out single, bringing him to 3 for 4 on the day. In steps Danny Rose. He is 3 for 3 on the day. 2 singles and a home run. That pitch is in the dirt from Guillen, but blocked by Kvenvold. No advance on the runner. And the 1-0. Taken outside. Ball 2. Gann, the lefty, works from the third base side of the rubber. And the pitch swung on. A high fastball. Two and 1 count now to the hitter Rose, with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. And time is called as a ball from field 6 has rolled on to ours. And that one misses low. 3 and 1 the count on the hitter Rose. And the pitch from Gann. Swung on. And that's strike 2. Full count now. 2 outs. Runner will be off with the pitch. And the payoff. Swung on and fouled back. So we'll do the 3-2 again. Swung on and fouled past the third base bag. And a 3-2. Swung on and hit in the center field, and that'll be a single as the runner moves up to second. 2 2-out hits here for Wesleyan, as that brings in Valicenti. He's 1 for 1 with 2 walks, as Guillen gets the signs and the infielders from the catcher Kvenvold. Two outs here, runners on first and second. And the 0-0 from Guillen. That's a curveball. Inside on the batter, Vellicenti. As the catcher, Kvenvold, goes out to talk things over with the young freshman pitcher. It's cooled off a bit here in Tucson. The lights have come on here at Keno Sports Complex. It's now 54 degrees. Feels like temperature's down to 52. 8-mile-an-hour winds. Yes, so in other words, cold. And the 1-0 as Guillen steps back on the mound. And the pitch. Just missed the outside part of the zone there. On the count to 2-0. That fastball is in the dirt. As the catcher Kvenvold blocks it nicely. And they'll pick off to second. And the runner early gets back in there. And the 3-0. Taken high and outside. That'll be a walk. Bases will be loaded with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. That'll bring up Corning with the bases loaded. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Last time up, he bunted for a hit, but was thrown out by the third baseman at the time, Goldstein. And he takes ball 1 outside. And that one's inside. Guillen got 2 quick outs to start this inning, but the last 3 batters have all reached. Two on singles and 1 on the walk. That one's taken high. 3-0 count. And that one's taken on the outside corner for strike 1. 3-1, bases loaded. 2 outs here in the inning. Guillen looking to get out of this jam. That one swung on, sending the count full to 3-2. The runners will be off with the pitch. And the payoff pitch. That one swung on and fouled off. We'll have to do it again, as that one goes on to field 6. And the payoff pitch is down and in, and that's going to be a walk to Corning. That'll bring in a run, making the score 13-2. And Fulkerson will be the batter. That'll be high and away. And that'll be ball 2 high. The count to Fulkerson. That one's also high. Another 3-0 count. From Guillen. And that one's going to miss high, and that'll bring in another run on the walk. Now 14-2 Wesleyan. And Coach Paul Wachowski will head to the mound. And we'll step away for a moment, and we'll be right back. And we're back as the mound visit's over. And in steps the 9-hole hitter, Keith. That one hits the inside corner on Keith, 0-1. The lefty-lefty matchup. Bases loaded, 2 outs. That's a curveball outside for ball 1. That one runs in and hits the batter, Keith, and that will be another run. As that'll bring up the leadoff man, Capitelli. as Coach Wachowski's out to the mound. And that's going to be a pitching change for the Spartans. Coming in is Luke Dunham, and we'll be back after his warm-up pitches. And we're back, and the new pitcher for the Spartans is Luke Dunham, number 36 from Lakewood, Illinois. Sophomore right-hander. 6'2" on the mound. As he will face the top of the Wesleyan lineup, starting with Capitelli. And the first pitch from Dunham. Is a strike on the outside corner. That one's a ball low. 1-1 count to Capitelli from Dunham. Bases are loaded still. 2 outs here in the inning. 3 runs across for Wesleyan. That one misses the inside corner. That one's going to be in the dirt. Stopped by the catcher, Kvenvold. And the 3-1. He's taken for a strike, bringing the count full. The runners will be off with this pitch. And the payoff pitch. Popped up. Kvenvold's calling for it. And he has it for out number 3. Wesleyan puts 3 across. Puts strands 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Wesleyan leads 15-2. And we're back here in the bottom of the fifth. To lead off, it'll be Ian Meyer, their shortstop, Zach McCoy, and the second baseman, Jack Laswell. And the first pitch to Meyer is taken high for ball one. That one's high and outside. 2-0 count to Meyer. Meyer wears number 12. Sophomore from Monet, Missouri. And that one hits the top of the zone for strike one. 2-1-1 count to the Spartan third baseman. And that one hits the outside part of the zone, bringing the count even to 2-2. That one's low, bringing the count full to 3-2. That one's taken for ball four low. And that'll bring up McCoy. McCoy is 1 for 1 on the day with a single. That one is taken on the inside corner for strike one. That one just misses the outside corner for ball one. McCoy, the sophomore shortstop from Modesto, California. That one's taken high. 2-1 count. Meyer, the runner at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. That one nicks the zone. 2-2 count. And that one swung on. Hit through the hole. And McCoy will be on with a single. That'll bring up Jack Laswell. 2 on, nobody out here on the bottom of the fifth. And time is called as there's going to be a meeting. Laswell is 0 for 2 on the day. As he steps in. And we're ready to go here again in the 5th. That one swung through by Laswell. That one swung on and fouled to the left from the Spartan second baseman. Dubuque needs to push across a few runs here. Started off the inning very well with a walk and a single. See if Laswell can continue. They're shading him to left field. That one swung on and foul tipped in the catcher's mitt for a strikeout on Laswell. One gone here in the 5th. And we're going to have a pinch hitter for the right fielder. And that'll be number 1, Josh Pulowski. Josh is from Poplar Grove, Illinois. A sophomore, 5'9". Bats lefty. It's his first plate appearance of the season. That one's taken for strike 1. And that swung on and fouled to the left. On to field 4 to the left of us. That'll push the count 0-2. Runner on second is Meyer. Runner on first is McCoy. And an 0-2 count on Pulowski here with 1 out. Meyer gets a big lead at second. That swung on and fouled again off to the left from Pulowski. So we'll do the 0-2 again. And the pitch from Pat Clare. Swung on and fouled off again, out of play. As Pat Clare steps back onto the mound, and Pulowski is back in the box. And the pitch. Taken outside by Pulowski. 1-2 count. And they're going to pick to try and get Meyer, but he slides back in safely. And the 1-2. Taken high and away from Pulowski. And the 2-2. Swung on and missed by Pulowski. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Pat Clare. Brings in Kellen Mitchell with 2 outs. He's 1 for 2 today with a run scored back in the 5th. In the 4th, sorry. That one swung through and foul tipped in the catcher's glove for strike 1. Justin Jensen on deck. That one's taken outside. That one's taken high, and the catcher picks back to second. But Myers back in there safely. 2-1 count on Kellen Mitchell. That one's inside and in the dirt. 3-1 count to Mitchell. Dubuque hoping to start a 2-out rally right here. Three-one count to Mitchell. 2 runners on, 2 outs. And the pitch from Pat Clare. That one's taken for a strike on the outside corner. Bringing the count full. The runners will be off on the pitch. And that'll be inside. A walk to Kellen Mitchell will extend the inning for Justin Jensen with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Someone warming up in the Wesleyan bullpen. As number 18, Justin Jensen, steps in. He's 0 for 2 on the day. And that's a slider for a strike. Runner at third is Meyer. Runner at second is McCoy. And runner at first is Mitchell, as McCoy has a big lead at second. That's another slider for strike 2 on Jensen. And the 0-2. Swung on. And a strikeout on Jensen. Spartans stranding the bases loaded. And we'll head to the top of the 6th. And we're back. And the first pitch from Dunham is check swung and fouled back. That one's up and in on Alonso. That's 2 straight balls from Dunham. And that's a walk to start the inning from Alonso. As we have ball 1 to start off Scott Shield. That one's a fastball. That one's hit. Oh, and it just hits the grass and jumps over the diving McCoy's glove. And that'll be a single, moving the runner Alonso up to second with nobody out here in the top of the 6th. And in steps the batter early. That's a ball in the dirt from Dunham. That one hits the top of the zone for strike 1. It's about 50 degrees here in Tucson. And that will be a called strike. 1-2 the count on early. And the 1-2 from Dunham. Taken down and in. Two count on the batter. 2 on, nobody out. That one swung on and fouled back. And we'll do the 2-2 again. That one swung on, a chopper to the second baseman Laswell. He'll throw on to first to get the first out. Runners will move up 90 feet. That'll bring in the batter, Rose. Rose is 3 for 3. As he takes that first pitch in the drum, he is 3 for 3 with 4 runs scored and 2 RBIs. That one runs up and in on him. 2-0 count. That one swung through on a big hack from Rose. That one's down and in, bringing the count to 3-1. And that one's going to be a walk to Rose. Loading the bases here with 1 out for the batter, Villicenti. And the first pitch is taken for ball 1. That one hits the outside corner. First strike 1, even in the count of 1-1. That one's foul tipped off the mask of the catcher, Kvenvold. That'll be a 1-2 count. One-two count, 1 out. Bases are loaded. And the pitch. Swung on and hit to center field, deep into center. And Jensen misses that, and it goes over the wall. That'll score 2 runs. For the ground rule double. And that'll make the score 17-2. That one runs up and in. That one gets away from the catcher, Kvenvold, but the runner at third won't advance home. 2-0 count on the batter, Corning. That one's a ball inside. 3-0 count. And that one catches the inside corner from Dunham. 3-1 count to Corning. That one's popped up. And Kempf has it for out number 2. Bringing up the batter, Fulkerson. That one swung on and hit over to first. Kempf has it. Tosses on to Dunham for out number 3. Wesleyan gets 2 more and now lead 17-2. And we're back here on the bottom of the 6th with the pitching change for Wesleyan as Nolan Webb, the right-handed junior from Rockport, Massachusetts, comes in relief of Pat Clare. Spartans will send Kemp, Kvenvold, and Clevenger to the plate. As Kemp steps in to be the first batter to face Webb. That one's going to be taken high. That one swung through on a big hack from Kemp. He was able to push across one of the 2 Spartan runs with an RBI double. That one swung on and fouled back to the screen on a jam shot. 1-2 count to Kemp. Tall left-handed hitter from Chicago, Illinois. That one swung on for a strikeout on a high fastball. And in steps the catcher, Dalton Kvenvold. He also scored the other run on an RBI single in the 5th. And that first pitch to him from Webb is a strike. That one's fouled off. That'll be an 0-2 count to start this at bat. That one swung on a high fastball and foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. Strikeout number 2 of the inning. And the pinch hitter for Clevenger is going to be Brandon Ramos, number 2 from South Elgin, the junior. Taking over in left field now. That one runs up and in on him. And the 1-0. Slider outside to Ramos. 2-0 count. That one's taken high. 3-0. With 2 outs. The on-deck hitter is Ian Meyer. That one's taken inside on a 4-pitch walk from Nolan Webb. And in steps Ian Meyer. He has no official at-bat in today's game. Walked in his first plate appearance. And the runner's off on the pitch, and Ramos. And he's thrown out at second. And the Spartans go quietly here in the 6th. We head to the 7th. And we're back. As Dunham's back out for another inning of work on the mound. And in center, defensive replacement is Max Snowden, the freshman. So left field, they'll have Brandon Ramos. Center field, Max Snowden. And right field, Josh Pulowski. And the first pitch from Dunham is a strike. And that one's taken low for a ball. And that's also taken for a ball outside. 2-1 count to the batter, Keith. That one swung on and fouled onto field 4. And that runs the count even to 2-2. And the 2-2 from Dunham. Swung on a high fastball for a strikeout. Out number 1. One out here in the inning, as that one misses the outside corner to the leadoff man, Capitelli. And that one's taken high. Capitelli is 1 for 4. That one's popped up. Middle of the diamond. McCoy's calling for it, and he's got it for out number 2. And in steps the 2-hole hitter, Alonso. He's 1 for 4 on the day. As that one's taken just low and outside. That one's popped up. McCoy backpedaling. He's under it. And he makes the grab. Out number 3 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Wesleyan still leads 17-2. And we're back here in the bottom of the 7th. Meyer, McCoy, and Laswell will start things off for the Spartans. And the first pitch from Nolan Webb. Take it in the dirt to Meyer. That one swung on and fouled out of play to the right. And the 1-1. Change-up taken at the top of the strike zone, or strike 2. That one swung on and popped up high up there, and that'll get out of play. And the pitch. Curveball taken outside. Running the count to 2-2. That one's taken for strike 3. And that'll be 1 out in the inning. In steps the pinch hitter, Number 6, Jacob Sonnefeld. This will be his first plate appearance of the season. Sonnefeld is from West Dundee, the sophomore. And he'll be taking over at shortstop. That first one is taken for a strike. That one swung through on a high fastball. 0-2, and the 0-2 from Webb. High fastball right there. 1-2 count. That slider's in the dirt. We're on the count to 2-2. And the pitch. High, 3-2. On deck is another pinch hitter, Mitch Pomeroy. And that'll be a walk for Sonnefeld. As number 14, Mitch Pomeroy steps in for Laswell. Mitch is a 6'2" freshman from Winterset, Iowa. As he looks at strike one from Webb. That swung on and fouled back to the screen. Mitch is definitely the best basketball player on the Dubuque lineup. That'll be a high fastball. That one swung through from Pomeroy for the second strikeout of the inning. That'll bring up Josh Pulowski. Struck out in his first plate appearance. Runner on first is Meyer after the one-out walk. Or sorry, that's not Meyer, that is Sonnefeld. And Pulowski watches ball one high. Dubuque will take on Concordia, Wisconsin to finish up this trip tomorrow. And that's a high fastball as catcher picks over to first. But Sonnefeld gets back in there safely. And Pulowski was taken all the way right there for a strike one. 2-1 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. And that one's inside. 3-1. And Pulowski will take strike 2. Count runs full with 2 outs here. Sonnefeld will be off with the pitch. And the payoff pitch to Pulowski. Swung on and hit into the gap. And Pulowski's going to have himself a single. And that'll move Sonnefeld to third. So a 2-out hit from Pulowski extends this inning to Kellen Mitchell. And that one's fouled back to the screen from Mitchell. Winds died down here at Keno. That one's taken high from Webb. That one's taken for a ball on the inside corner. 2-1 to Mitchell. Runner on first is Pulowski. Runner on third is Sonnefeld here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. And swung on and fouled to the left and out of play. And the 2-2 count to Mitchell. Swung on and fouled out of play again. And the pitch. Taken inside. 3-2. Pulowski will be off with the pitch from first, but Sonnefeld will have to wait to see what happens. As Mitchell chokes up on the bat a little bit. And that'll be in the dirt. A walk will continue to extend the inning. For the defensive replacement, Max Snowden, the freshman. Max is from Round Lake, Illinois. 6-foot-tall freshman. As this will be his first plate appearance of the season. Bases are loaded. Swung on, hit to the shortstop, and it gets under his glove. And that'll score 2 and make this a 17-4 ball game on the air by the shortstop. Pulowski scores from second, and Sonnefeld scores from third. In steps Thomas Kempf. That ball runs in on Kempf. They try to throw down to second as that ball gets into center, but Mitchell will not advance on the throw. And the 1-0 to Kempf. Taken inside for ball 2. That one's taken in for 3. Balls in a row. On deck hitter is Kvenvold if Kemp can reach. That one's taken for a strike on the inside corner. And the 3-1 from Webb. Kemp swung on, hit that into center. Back as a center fielder. And he makes the grab for out number 3. Spartans score 2 as we'll head to the top of the 8th. 17-4. And the new pitcher for the Spartans is number 29, freshman, 6'1", Derek Harden from Dubuque, Iowa. As he finished up his warm-up tosses. And he'll face the heart of this Wesleyan lineup in Shield, Early, and Rose. That swung on and fouled past the third base bag. That curveball is taken in the dirt outside for ball 1. That one swung on and fouled off to the right side. That curveball is taken up the middle for a single from Scott Shield. And the first pitch from Harden to Early is a strike 1. And that'll be strike two. Fastball on the inside corner. And that's his first collegiate strikeout there for Derek Harden. As it's a called third strike on the outside corner for out number one. As Allen swung on by the new hitter, number 15, Jamie Mills. That one swung on and hit into center. Stoughton's got a beat on it for out number two. That'll bring up the catcher, number 23, Valicenti, with a runner on first and two gone here in the top of the eighth. And the 0-0 is taken for strike one. That one's fouled off. Sending the count to 0-2. And the 0-2 from Harden. Is a fastball up high. 1-2 count. Now that one misses for a ball. 2-2 count to the hitter, Valicenti. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled off. And we'll do the 2-2 again. And the curveball is fouled back to the screen. And we'll try the 2-2 for the third time. And he struck him out. A second K of the inning for Derek Harden. As Wesleyan goes quietly as we head to the bottom of the eighth. 17-4. And the new pitcher for the Wesleyan Cardinals is Wes Fitch, number 37, from Dover, New Jersey, the freshman. And he'll come in to face Kvenvold, Ramos, and Meyer. As Fritsch finishes up his warm-up tosses. And Kvenvold steps into the box. Fitch, the lefty. That one's taken for strike one from Kvenvold. That one swung on and fouled off to the right side. Oh, and 2 count to Dalton. That one swung on and hit to deep center, but the center fielder's under it for out number 1. And in steps Brandon Ramos. As the first pitch from Fritsch to Ramos is ball 1. And that 2-seamer gets away from Fritsch. And that'll be 2-0. And that one will catch the inside corner for strike 1. Temperature is lowered to 50 degrees here in Tucson. Feels like temperature of 47. And the 2-1 pitch to Ramos. That one's inside. Count runs to 3-1. That one's taken high. Oh, that's going to be strike 2. Thought that was a little high, but the umpire said nope. That's a strike, so count runs full. 3-2 count to Ramos. And he swings through that one for a strikeout. Out number 2 of the inning. And in steps the third baseman, Ian Meyer. And that one's taken for a ball low. And that one hits the inside corner for strike 1. And that one misses high. That one gets past the catcher. 3-1 County and Meyer. Dubuque will play Concordia, Wisconsin tomorrow to finish off this spring road trip. And that one's taken for strike 2. That one swung on and hit high into left field. Left fielder's got a beat on it. And that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. Spartans go quietly as we head to the top of the 9th. And we're back. Top of the 9th. Derek Harden back on the mound to start his 2nd inning of work. And he starts off Corning with a ball outside. That's swung on. And it just gets under the outstretched glove of Mitch Pomeroy for a single. And that'll bring in the 8-hole hitter Fulkerson. And that's swung on and fouled back. That one swung on and hit to the shortstop. And that'll be an error on the shortstop, Sonnefeld. Bringing in the 9-hole hitter, Keith. And that one runs in on Keith. No outs here. 2 runners on. That one hits the outside corner from Harden. Even in the count to 1-1. To the 9-hole hitter, Keith. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the left. And that one's taken for a strike. And that'll be a strikeout. Looking for Hardin. That's number 3. As in steps the top of the order, and Capitelli. And that'll be strike 1 to him. Nice curveball from Hardin. 0-2 count. 1 out, runners on first and second. That one's a curveball, fouled back and out of play. And the 0-2 from Hardin. Swung on and fouled back.
Up here. Hey, it's on the roof.
And the 0-2 from Hardin's hit to the second baseman, Pomeroy. Over to second, over to first, and they say he's safe, so fielder's choice. 4-6 on the putout. And we have runners on the corners with 2 outs. That'll bring in the 2-hole hitter, Alonzo. That one's in the dirt. Blocked by Kvenvold. And the pitch. Swung on. Chopper to the shortstop. And that'll be another error on the shortstop. Sonnefeld as a run comes across. Still 2 outs here in the inning, as the lead grows to 18-4. That one's a chopper. Meyer throws over to first for the 3rd out. And we're headed to the bottom of the 9th. And we're back here in the bottom of the ninth. As the leadoff man will be Jacob Sonnefeld, and the new pitcher will be Alonzo. As Sonnefeld takes that one in the dirt for ball one. And that one swung on a fastball on the inside corner. And the 1-1. It's popped out of play. Tomorrow by game time, it'll be around 52 degrees. And the pitch. Swung on for a strikeout. That'll be one gone here in the bottom of the ninth. And in steps Mitch Pomeroy. And the first pitch to Mitch is a strike one. And he fouls that one back to the screen. 2 strikes on Pomeroy. On deck hitter is Pulowski. And Pomeroy goes down looking on a curveball for out number 2. Two outs here in the bottom of the ninth. Brings in Pulowski. And that's swung on. And for strike number 1. And that'll be down and in. Ball 1 to Pulowski. On deck hitter is Nick Cazaretti. If Pulowski can extend the inning. And that's outside. 2-1 count. 2 outs. And the pitch. Swung on and hit over the first baseman. Throw on to the pitcher. And that's the ball game. Dubuque goes down 18-4 against Wesleyan today. Tomorrow we'll play against Concordia, Wisconsin at 9 a.m. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.